Hi, my name's 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙧𝙥𝙪 and I'm your musculoskeletal specialist, and today I've got my wonderful friend Lindy here who's helping me out today on our part 2 for carpal tunnel. Luckily for me, Lindy has got some signs of carpal tunnel, which are the two worst for most of the clients. Is that they have a lack of strength in contraction, but B, they have this annoying, aggravating pain that comes down into the hand and wrist, which is neural as well as muscular. So we're going to do a little test with Lindy. I'm going to get her to squeeze my fingers as hard as she can. Okay, and relax. And she really has got very little strength, and she's a personal trainer, so she should actually have quite a bit more than what she's giving us. I'm going to get Lindy to lie down for me while I just give you a bit of feedback. What we're doing right now is we're going to try to work on Lindy's pecs and down the arm rather than only focusing on the wrist. So the pecs attach in a broad fashion, the sternum along the cartilage, clavicular line, and attach at the shoulder joint. And we're going to come in and pincer the pec and try to stretch that area to open up the shoulder capsule. So here we go. I've warned Lindy that's a little bit uncomfortable. We're going to find that pec and we're going to elevate and lift up from it, and we're actually going to climb right underneath. Now Lindy's going to take the arm and I'm squeezing that muscle up into the ribs, and she's doing a myofascial release. So she's actively moving that while I am pulling back. Pain level, Lindy?
It's about a 6 out of 10.
Okay, so we want to keep myofascial releases at a fairly, don't bash them. They're the ones that are doing through the work. But the advantage is that they're doing it, so you can blame them for the pain, not you. One more time.
That's feeling better already.
Okay, there you go. So we're getting 5 strips and she's already feeling a little bit nicer through there. I'm just going to turn. Now the next thing we're going to do is do some stripping through that bicep. So I've put a little bit of lubricant on my thumb earlier, and she's going to relax the wrist. Some of those tips, people will sleep with their elbows closed in like little angels at night, and by using splints to keep the wrist open and having the arm elongated under the pillow will assist quite a lot with some of the nerve pain that they'll be getting first thing in the morning, and the stuff that wakes them up in the middle of the night. How's that feeling now?
It's feeling much better actually. Looser.
Yeah. It was really nasty a second ago. I'm just going to grab a tiny bit more oil-based lotion. Try not to use something that's going to be too slippery. That needs to feed in. Now the last part of the move, before you even look at the wrist, is doing some myofascial work on the forearm flexors. So you can see Lindy is taking the wrist up into full extension and flexion, and I'm locking in at that muscle, the muscle structures, and as she's taking the wrist into extension, I'm gliding up towards the elbow. What have we got going on there?
Well, it's feeling better each time I do it, but it felt a bit tight to begin with, but it's getting better.
And every now and then you'll hear a clunk, which is what I just got then. Don't worry about clicks and clunks, it's only high velocity stuff that's an issue. And as you can see here, her arm is really well positioned. She's got a lot of support with the back of the table, and you can see now I'm applying a greater force down there. Yeah. At this stage I normally say suck it up, but as long as we're under that 8 out of 10 kind of feeling. Secondarily, sometimes we forget about the interosseous membrane. Sorry, Lindy. We might be catching a little bit of the nerve structures in there, and I don't want to do that, so I'm going to start a little bit lower, and I'm going to get her to rotate the radius, and I'm just locking the radius so it can't rotate. Everything that we need to do for the wrist we have to consider right from the neck down, and relax. And the last thing, the very last thing I do is I start looking at opening up that component where the median nerve comes through the wrist, through that reticular space. I can't fix carpal tunnel. I can, however, make steps to make Lindy feel stronger, and with a little bit more strength gives a bit more control, and a bit more control gives a little bit more ownership of how she can support herself through the process of relieving the carpal tunnel. How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah, really good. Okay. Now, I'm going to get Lindy to sit up for me again. If you test in one position, always test in that same position. Okay, not too
Yeah,
bad.
no,
Okay.
great.
Can you squeeze again for me?
Oh,
Yeah.
it feels much easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and much
I feel
more.
like I've got a good grip. now.
Yeah, you do. From fairly weak to quite a moderately strong grip. Hope that's helped you with some of these tips, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.